Today we are doing something really useful. We are going to run Ubuntu 26.04 directly from an USB drive or external SSD with persistent storage. Now what that means is you are not installing Ubuntu on your main machine, your Windows stays completely untouched. You are booting into Ubuntu from an external drive, but unlike a regular live USB where everything resets, this one actually remembers your changes, your apps, your files, your settings, all of it is still there the next time you boot. Before we get started, if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, it really helps the channel grow. Alright, let's get into it. Now most tutorials you'll find online shows this with a regular USB drive that works, but there's a problem. USB sticks are slow, like painfully slow. Booting takes forever, apps lag, and the whole experience just feels bad. What we are using today is a 256 GB external SSD, and the difference is night and day. As long as your drive connects over USB 3.2 or faster, Ubuntu feels genuinely snappy. It's actually usable as a daily portable system, so if you are serious about this, skip the USB stick and grab an external SSD. It's worth it. Here's everything you need before we start. First, an external SSD or a USB pen drive, at least 32 GB, though bigger is better. We're using 256 GB today. Second, Rufus is a free tool for Windows. Just search Rufus and download. Grab its latest version from its official website. It's a very lightweight software, no need to install it. Third, the Ubuntu 26.04 ISO. Head to ubuntu.com, go to downloads and grab the latest LTS version. As of right now, that's 26.04, codenamed Resolute Raccoon. The file size is around 6 GB, so give it a few minutes. And obviously a Windows 11 machine to set everything up from. One last thing, back up anything on your SSD before we continue. Rufus is going to wipe it completely. So here's I have both downloaded files. Now it's time to plug in your external SSD. And now open Rufus and let's go through the settings together. At the top, make sure your SSD is selected as the device. By default, Rufus may not show your USB, SSD or SSD devices. So from the advanced options, check to list USB, SSD or SSD devices. Double check this, you don't want to accidentally wipe the wrong drive. Next, click select and point it to your Ubuntu ISO file you just downloaded. Now scroll down and you'll see a slider or field for persistent partition size. We're setting ours to 50 GB. That gives us plenty of room for apps, files and updates without going overboard. Now here's where it gets important. For partition scheme, choose GPT, not MBR. Almost every modern machines use UEFI and GPT is the right choice for that. Rufus may already suggest it automatically, but just verify. Once everything looks good, hit start. Rufus will ask a couple of confirmation prompts. Just accept them. This process may take a few minutes. Now keep your external SSD drive plugged into the machine, then restart your PC to boot from the external drive. And as it boots up, press your boot menu key on most machines, that's F12, F10 or sometimes ESC or delete key. It depends upon your motherboard. So if you are not sure, just search your laptop motherboard plus boot menu key. From the boot menu, select your external SSD. You'll land on the Grub bootloader screen. Select try or install Ubuntu. Then choose your language. Next, choose your keyboard layout. Connect to internet. We can skip that. And then click on try Ubuntu. We want to try for now. This puts us into the live environment with persistence active. Give it a moment to load and there you go. Ubuntu 26.04 desktop running completely from your SSD. Now here's where we prove that the persistence is actually working. Let's do 3 simple changes that are easy to verify on next boot. First, let's change the wallpaper. Right click the desktop, go to change background and pick something different from the default. Open text editor from the menu and then type anything you want and save it in the desktop. Third, let's install an application. Open the software store and then install something like VLC, this is the best test because installing software involves writing into the system, and if persistence isn't working, it won't survive our reboot. Alright, wallpaper changed, file saved, app installed. Now let's see if it all sticks. Go to the top right corner, click the power menu and shut down. Wait for the system. Then boot from the SSD again the same way we did before. Boot menu, select SSD and then choose try Ubuntu. And here we go, the wallpaper we set is still there. The text file on the desktop is still there and VLC is still installed. That's persistent storage working exactly as it should. Everything we did in the last session was saved and came back after a full reboot. This is what makes a persistent USB actually useful instead of just a live demo tool. A few quick things to keep in mind before we start using this daily. First, drive speed matters. Always use a USB 3.2 or faster connection, both the drive and the port. Slow port makes whole experience frustrating. Second, always safely eject, do not just unplug. Shut down properly from the Ubuntu menu, wait for it to fully power off and then unplug. Pulling it mid-session can corrupt your persistent partition and you lose everything. And finally, if you are plugging this SSD into different machines, stick with open source drivers. They load on any hardware automatically. Proprietary drivers are tied to a specific kernel and may just not work on a different machine. And that's it, you have now a fully persistent Ubuntu 26.04 system running off an external SSD that you can plug into almost any machine and pick up right where you left off. If you have any questions or ran into any issues, drop them in the comments below. I read every single comment, so I'll do my best to help. If you found this video helpful, a like goes a long way and sharing it helps other people to find the video too. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.